guys, so I have the last installment of my 3-part Homesense Halloween haul from Homesense. So as I explained, I went to Homesense, I went a little bit crazy and I bought over like £100 worth of Halloween stuff. So I split it into 3 hauls just so it was a little bit more manageable for both myself and for you guys. So this is the last part of it, and arguably it features some of my favourite finds so far. So first off, I got another snow globe. Look how cute this little one is. I believe this one may have shown up on some of the American kind of pictures first, and then slowly some people revealed that they'd seen it in TK Maxx. And when I went to my Homesense, there was quite a few of them sat there. There was about 10 of them sat in a row, and as I said, this year is the year of the ghost, so I had to buy this just because it has loads of ghosts in it, it has pumpkins in it, and it has a black cat on it, so it has all of my favourite features within it. So this was the same price as the other snow globe which I bought during this trip. It cost $12.99, which as I said is a pretty average kind of price for the TK Maxx and Homesense snow globes. And like the other one, this one doesn't have like music or anything, but it does have little blobs of foam just to stop it from scratching your surfaces. Now there are a few little alterations which I would like to make to this snow globe. The top half is absolute perfection, but I feel like the cat needs just a tiny little bit of work. So I'll show you the top first, and then I'm going to show you the little elements of this cat which I would like to alter. Inside, much like the other ones, it has little black bat confetti and like just little black sparkles, and then there is this massive pumpkin stack. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little pumpkins, and they all have different faces, which is really cute. And then there are these 3 little ghosts. I really love this little kind of sad ghost there, then also this one with the little flick. You can kind of see them in a bit more detail from behind, but these ghosts are like super sheet like. There is also like a safety sticker on there which hopefully will peel off nicely. So the inside I really like. They're kind of sitting in all these kind of green blobs. I guess it's kind of meant to be like a pumpkin patch or something. But the inside is just absolute perfection. Now the bottom bit, just I feel like it needs a little bit of work. So it is this black cat. It is meant to look like it's kind of got like a witch's hat, I think, or maybe a sleeping cap. I'm not 100% sure what's going on the back, but there are a few elements to the front which I would like to change. So I would like to neaten up this tooth area and actually kind of draw in the lines where its teeth are meant to be. If I put it next to this little guy, I feel like their teeth could look relatively similar once I have filled in the little grooves. I'd also like to add a few little details to its nose and maybe give it some green eyes, and maybe some orange ears. I just feel like there are a few things which can be done to this just to give it a little bit more spook. But at the bottom it says Halloween, and I definitely would recommend, if you are buying one of these from the shop, and there are a few to choose from, definitely focus on this word that says Halloween at the bottom, because some of them, the letters, like the white bit, isn't on there properly, and it kind of doesn't look like the word Halloween. It just looks a little bit messed up. So I definitely say for this snow globe, the main problem area is just around the bottom here, so just double check that it does say it nice and neatly. Okay, so it's me from the future. I was just editing my Homesense haul and this snow globe is driving me insane, so I figured I would alter it now on camera so you could see what I was doing. What I'm planning to do is just tidy it up around here. I have got a Sharpie, but I'm not sure how well it's gonna like show up, so I may use my acrylic paints. But also something which I did notice after filming this is on the sides of this cat's nose there are little holes which 100% look like there's meant to be whiskers in them. It looks like when they were designing this mould they thought they could put some whiskers in, and then they made the whole thing and completely forgot about it. So I am going to see if I can add my own whiskers. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I definitely haven't really thought it through that much, but I've got this wire, so I figured hopefully if I use a little bit of kind of super glue, I can stick them out, then I may paint them orange or something like that. So what I think I'm going to do now, actually the more I look at this, the more I'm thinking maybe I'll give it like an orange nose and orange ears. I need to fill in these teeth and just neaten up the writing at the bottom as well. So I'm going to do that now. I thought I'd do it on camera since I do a lot of talk about how I'm going to alter these things, but I don't always show you how I do it. So I'm just gonna leave him to dry, but I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I used hot glue in the end. I just put a little blob in the hole and then put the whiskers in. I did need to put some hot glue like on the back, like behind the whiskers, but I'm pleased with how they turned out. I did paint them black. I did think afterwards maybe I should have painted them orange, but I still feel like they stick out enough. I didn't want them to look like too out of place, as if like it hadn't come of them. So I feel like these sort of work. They look like that's how it should have been, if that makes sense. But I've painted them. I added a few little white dots just to kind of blend it in with the glue, because the hot glue did come out a little bit. I coloured the nose and the ears orange and the green eyes, and I drew the lines on the teeth. I filled in the little O at the bottom so it really clearly says Halloween. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. It was just a really minor little thing, but I definitely feel like it has made this cat look a whole lot better, and I'm really, really pleased with the finished outcome. But other than that, I think it is such a gorgeous snow globe. As I did mention, I don't really need any more snow globes. I don't really have any space for more snow globes. But since this year is the year of the ghost, I had to get this one. So the next thing I got were these little needle felted characters. Now in my Homesense there was this like little felt kind of wire Halloween tree that was about yay high, and it had like 5 little hooky kind of thing coming off it. There was a few little bats, and I think it was around £8, and basically it had like these little felt characters sitting on it. Now I thought that you had to buy the whole tree with all these things on there. And I was considering doing that, but then I realised that these are actually like separate items, and someone had just like hung them on the tree to show what you could do. And I definitely thought like these little guys were a little bit too big for the Halloween tree, whereas my actual Halloween tree, which lives there, although it's not the biggest tree ever, it would be big enough to kind of cater for these kind of things. So that's what I thought, and then I realised that 2 of these weren't even hanging like decorations. But by that time I thought they were too cute not to get, so basically I got 3 of these little needle felted characters. So this first little one I got is a mouse, and he cost me $3.99. So he's a very cute little guy. He's got a little pink nose, little beaded eyes, and he has this cute little green hat on with this little leaf coming off the back, and he is dressed up like a pumpkin. For some reason his ears are orange, but I guess that just goes with the whole pumpkin look. And then he's wearing this little pumpkin dress which has little triangular eyes on, a little triangle nose, and a very classic pumpkin face. And then we come down to his little feet with his little claws, and he has a tiny little wire tail which you can move. Now as I said, I bought these to go on the tree, but as you can see there's nothing actually to hang them on with. So I assume when these were on the little tree in the shop, they must have like kind of put his arm through it, or possibly his tail, because these were somehow attached. I did look at the other ones and none of the other ones had string, so I assume that these are just meant for like ornaments, if that makes sense. You can bend his tail and his feet, and I guess that is so you can sort of stand him up like on a surface. But as I said, I'm hoping that I can hide these little guys in my tree. So the next one I got, again, I think is meant to be a mouse, but he's kind of like flying sideways, and this little guy cost $3.99 as well. Again, he's in the same sort of needle felted kind of pattern with his little nose, his little bead eyes. This one has a tiny little witch's hat, a kind of scarf thing, and this like purple cape, and then the rest of his body is like needle felted grey, and then he has this very odd shaped tail. The wire actually ends like here, so the top of his tail is like completely like movable, whereas this bit is like fully wire. I have to say, out of all of them, this one is probably not the best made. Like, he needs a little bit of glue in places. I think his hat's a little bit like wobbly, and as I did say in like a previous video, I do appreciate all the time that it takes to needle felt. It's a very like time consuming craft, and for $3.99 like it's definitely worth it. But then on the flip side, I don't think that Homesense and TK Maxx would be employing someone to hand needle felt these. I definitely feel like it could be like an artificially produced needle felt. Definitely feels like it may have like a polystyrene in it rather than being fully like wool, but I still think it's cute, and I definitely feel like he'll fit on my tree very nicely. So the last one I got was actually the cheapest one, and he is my absolute favourite. So this little guy only cost me $2.99. He's a little trick-or-treating cat. So I thought he was so cute, and as soon as I saw him I shoved him in my basket. He's the first thing that went in my basket this year. So he is a black cat. Unfortunately he doesn't have green eyes, but yellow eyes are definitely my next favourite. He's got little orange facial features. Then on the front he's had like, this is actually like a transfer, like a kind of cut out bit of felt that's been stuck on there, but it's made to look like a little skeleton suit. He does have little wire arms, and off this arm there is a tiny little pumpkin bowl, like a little trick-or-treating one, with little fangs. I just think it is so cute, and for $2.99 it is the perfect price. And also if you look on the top, this one does actually have a string going through it, so you can hang it off your tree. So I'm not sure if the other ones were meant to have string and they lost string, but definitely the way that this string has been attached is just like a needle through and out the top. So I feel like it would be relatively easy just to kind of do the same with these other guys, because as you can see they are sort of the exact same height and style. It's just slightly odd that this is the only one with a string on it. So those were the 3 little felted things that I got for the tree. I did also show you this little guy, which I got as well, just poke myself in the nose, while I was there. But as you can see I felt like he was in like a slightly different range. Like these ones are all a very similar style, whereas this guy, although he is also needle felted, felt like a bit of like a different kind of guy. So as I did mention, this year I wasn't trying to buy many mugs, but then I did also mention that I did buy a super expensive mug. So I bought this. You probably would have seen it in one of my pictures. I have like used it and stuff, so taken off the labels completely and washed it and drunk out of it and washed it again. But this is an Emma Bridgewater mug. So for those of you who don't know, Emma Bridgewater is somewhat a designer when it comes to mugs. She's quite like famous in the mug industry because she creates these gorgeous like hand printed designs. She does lots of pretty like general mugs, probably not my specific style, but I know like a lot of people who do really love her work. So I did see in a picture a mug like this, and also the same kind of colour scheme but with pumpkins instead of bats. And I showed my sister-in-law and she was like, oh my goodness, these are so cute. So I kind of bought this for when she comes over, because I figured it'd be quite a nice mug to like, not give to her to keep because I want it, but for her to like use when she comes over. And it is just generally a very nice high quality mug. It was really nice to drink from, and I just thought it was going to be quite a nice like general everyday mug. I mean, it doesn't like scream Halloween like some of these do, but it's still like subtly spooky. I definitely feel like it has a slightly more classy feel than like these kind of ones. Now this mug did cost me $12.99, which is the most I will ever pay for a mug. I think even like my Pumpkin Man mug cost me like a tenner, so this is definitely on the higher scale of pricey mugs. But I just thought it was I did think it was really nice, and I don't have any designer, I don't really have any like mugs like this, and I just kind of give me like cottagey feels for some reason, like a little cottagey witch would have this or something. I just thought it was quite pretty. As for the design, it's the same sort of bat like printed all over, and it's relatively random. It's not a repeated design at all. I do like that some bats are very spaced apart, whereas some of them are like slightly closer. I think it gives it quite a nice effect. But some which are like a completely different colour to like the rest of them, which is quite cool. And then on the inside there's a couple of bats printed in there as well. So as you can see, it's relatively simple. There's not that much going on. It does say Emma Bridgewater at the bottom and does have what I assume to be her signature. It is really cute. It's a super nice quality. It feels like a £13 mug, I have to say, and I am really pleased that I got this one. I do think that mug though is the culprit to why this shop came to over £100. So I've got 2 more things to show you. So I'll go for the obvious thing first, since we haven't had a pair in this haul yet, and it is a set of tea towels. Now again, I bought these for crafting reasons. I thought that this would look very nice in my doll's house. I felt like it would look quite cool as like some long curtains. Maybe I could make like a window and have floor length curtains, either that or maybe some bedding. I just thought this was gorgeous, and if not, again, you can turn these into cushions. You can use them for like everyday kind of crafty things. So I thought I would add these to my basket. So these are made by the same company that made the dancing skeleton skeleton tea towels, which is the company Nor Night, and there is a set of 2 and they were 100% cotton. These also cost me $4.99, so they're kind of on the more pricey side of the tea towel range. And then this is like a picture of what the gradient looks like. So it starts off dark, it goes lighter, and then goes dark again. So we get 2 of the same one, which is always really nice. I hate it when we get one really nice one and then one plain boring one. So with all the tea towels I've shown you throughout this set of 3 hauls, they all come with 2 of this exact same tea towels, which kind of I prefer. I don't really like spending like a $5 just to get one spooky tea towel and one plain tea towel. So this is how it looks. It starts like quite dark. It's not like completely block, you can still see the pattern, but it's definitely a darker purple, and then it goes really nice and light and then back down to dark again. It has got this white stitching around the outside, and then on the other side it is plain white. So just to take you in to show you the design a bit closer, it's this kind of like almost lace looking design with various different spiders in it, and then it does get darker, but this lace kind of continues all the way down, and you can still sort of make out the spiders in this darker part. I did really like the gradient of this. I think it gives it a really nice effect, and hopefully I'll be able to find some kind of use for this within my crafting. It may potentially work as like a scrunchie, but I would like to kind of use this somewhere where you can really appreciate the kind of dark to light gradient. As for the material, it feels nice and thick. It does also have a little hangy bobby in the corner, so I feel like these would work very nicely as actual tea towels, but as I said, I do buy all my tea towels for crafting purposes. So the last thing I have to show you is a plate. Again, this is another thing that my boyfriend picked up and wanted to buy, but you could probably tell that I was quite happy to buy this anyway, because it features some of my favourite things. It has bats, it has some subtle glitter, some red and some black, and it costs $2.99, which I think is a relatively good price. It's by a make called Cam. I have seen these in both TK Maxx and in Homesense, and this is in like the kitchen section rather than the decoration section. It's like a side plate size. It has these 3 white bats kind of cut out of this design. I'm not sure if it's meant to be like trees in the background or if it's just like black splatters on a red to grey gradient, but I think it's a really nice design. The only thing I find slightly weird is the background, because like the back is very like textured. You can probably see there how the bat is smooth, but this bit is all like raised, and it does kind of correlate with like the black bits on the inside, so I'm not sure if that's part of the making process. Something which I do really like about this plate though is I've bought lots of plates from TK Maxx, and a lot of them have a sneaky little sticker on the back that says decorative use only. However, this one has a lovely sticker on the front that says it is food safe, so therefore I can use it for eating things off of. I probably would not put this in the dishwasher, however, because it does feel like it is made out of a glass, and I would be worried that it would potentially smash. And on the little note as well, it does say that it recommends that you hand wash. So this is really gorgeous. I feel like this could be used as both like a functional food piece, but also as a decorative piece if wanted. So those are all the bits which I got from Homesense. This was definitely a very successful first trip. I feel like I got some really nice items, but I'm super excited because I've seen lots of spoilers, I've seen lots of photos of things which are coming out, things that are already out but not yet in my store, and I'm so excited for what the next couple of weeks are going to bring in terms of Halloween hauls. So do let me know down in the comments what your favourite item was, and if you are planning to buy anything from Homesense or TK Maxx. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!